All right, welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, right here on the YouTube and the Twitch, and wherever you folks get your podcast audio worldwide, baby. Man, the the, uh, the system has imploded, or should we say, evolved. We're gonna talk about it all. Uh,
One second.
sure. Alicia's so distraught she's got to step away for a minute. Bill's gonna be in here soon. All right,
Sorry
she's
about
back. That's okay.
the in and out thing.
I said you were so distraught by what happened you had to step away.
It's like the garbage. Anyway.
I hear you. All right. So wow, what an episode. Is it me, Alisha, or did this episode absolutely fly by us?
It went really quick. And I'm not quite sure why that was.
I feel
not in
like,
a bad way, mind you.
Right. It's and this is honestly, I feel like I imagine, like I never, we're talking about joking about assuming before we went live. I imagine the opinions on this episode are going to be different than the one last week, the debut on AMC. So I'm very curious to see um, what our audience says tonight. And I like people were upset for a myriad of reasons last week. They didn't like this, they didn't like that, they didn't like the how the show flowed. But you got to understand, they went through hell and high water to try to figure out what to do because they were missing so many people. And unfortunately, all those people, and we say this is part of the news, all those people are still not present in the company. They are still wherever they are. And that really sucks. It's like when you got a good portion of your roster gone because it's international issues.
It's 2 people.
Oh, I thought it was a lot more than that.
As far as I'm aware, it's
well, I know. Well, because the main ones that are being talked about, of course, are Danny Luna and Leon Slater. But I was assuming like anybody like
across the board, across the shows. Oddly enough, I haven't heard anything in regards to that any other people are affected. So
yeah, like
I'd have to look into that. If anybody knows, say something in the chat.
Well, like I know Jody Thread is Canadian, so I don't know if she's stuck in Canada. I don't know if she's around for the tapings. The other 2 new girls that are from the UK, what's her name? Mila Grace and Harley Hudson.
Yeah.
I think they're stuck in the UK.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a handful of people at least I think are gone from the company right now, and it's not there's zero timetable. That's what sucks. It's not like, oh, they might be back next week. No, we don't know.
I'm doing some Google research.
Okay. But nonetheless,
go ahead and talk though.
Okay. But nonetheless, it sucks, and we hope they return soon. Hopefully all this stuff with the visa issues is taken care of soon. Unfortunately, we know that stuff does not happen overnight. Before we jump into anything else, I want to say thank you to Bell's Boy. Here says super chats. Thank you. Kudos to TNA after last week's train wreck. Ooh, harsh, man. And hopefully clearance and swerve by Ash made me smile. Oh, okay. I hear what you're saying. And Santana / Nemeth segment scored. And I think Front Row Bill was the mastermind of the attack on Moose and JDC. Bye-bye. Okay. I gotta laugh at that. Yeah, of course he was the mastermind. He hugged JDC. It's like whenever someone out of the ordinary hugs the person that's front and center of the discussion, of course it's Bill's fault. But we'll ask him when he gets in here in a little later. He should be showing up sometime relatively soon. I'm missing a lot of the chat here, but nonetheless, yeah, drop your opinions in the chat. Let me know what you think about the show, top to bottom, certain segments, whatever. Yeah, and you like to think viewership is going to be better, but we'll see. We'll find out the numbers within the next few days or whatever. So how did you feel about the show, Alisha? Do you feel like it scored better, like with you personally, at least?
Yes, I would say it's like improvement.
Okay.
Not to add on to the dog pile of last week's premiere, but yeah, I think this week was an improvement.
No, it's all right. I mean,
I unfortunately missed Genesis, so I can't judge by that either, but tonight was good. Like I said, I always feel like when the episodes feel like they go fast is because it's intriguing and exciting and there's like a lot going on that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're
that
definitely
moves things along.
You're definitely in tune to what's happening. Exactly. Yeah, like I barely have and I'm sure I missed something in the notes, and I know people in the chat are gonna tell me, but we're gonna cover, results and other odds and ends, and of course we're gonna talk about the system. Wow, like what I don't even know what to call it.
I don't trust the system anymore.
You don't? Oh man! Well, I tell you what, there's. I got a feeling Eddie Edwards is going to be on the couch tonight.
Well, it's like I feel like this is in true Eddie and Alisha fashion. Is that Eddie makes some weird, drastic ass decision, and Alisha's just over here like, "Why didn't you fucking tell me?" Like,
yeah,
what are you doing? Like,
well, and it's a big shakeup in that sense too, because all the times in recent past with the system that Moose has come down to the ring, Lish has been there by his side.
Well, she's there with everybody. It's not just Eddie. It's like she, it's like she represents the team. You know what I mean? And it's like, how are you gonna pull this on her when she just had that awesome ass custom dress made? Seriously, guys.
Right.
That honestly though, in true curse fashion, she wore the band T-shirt and they broke up.
Oh, this is true. We joke about that all the time because you're like, "Oh, I bought the T-shirt. Oh, now they're no more."
Well, it's basically it's like, get out of my Van Halen shirt before something terrible happens and the band breaks up.
Right.
Well, geez, she got that custom dress made, and lo and behold,
man, now what?
That's what I mean. It's like, Eddie, tell your wife your plans. Like, fill a sister in.
Communication is key.
Yes.
No matter what. The simplest thing.
Especially, too, because Lish is like, she's always got his back. So it's like, let her know.
Right. Yeah. And she has become such a crucial part of the going from heels, where she was becoming a very divisive valet and getting involved in the matches.
Yeah.
In a bad way, towards their opponents, which was great to see. It was like, wow, this, she's really like,
she's a jack of all trades. I will say that about Lish for sure.
Right.
It's that big Boston energy, bud.
Yeah, she's evolving as a character. She's grown over the last several years in everything. And and now, and it's not like she's just with Eddie and there's the rest of the group. No, she's tight with everyone. She always is there for everything. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see where she goes with this. One other big major piece of information, just in case you missed the last few moments on social media, folks, we are here to catch you up because along with the stuff with the system, the biggest news of the night, TNA re-signs Trey Miguel. How about that, folks? Let's talk about it.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like you were gone that long. Welcome back.
Right. Yeah. It was literally just a few weeks. Yeah. And we talked about this in the Facebook chat while this was on. It does feel, like you said, it does feel eerily similar to how, like, what happened last time.
Right.
Like some of the rascals went to NXT. Excuse me. He did not. And we don't know all the details. We know what Tripp said in his promo following all that. But I don't think we know exactly what happened.
We don't.
In what meeting or whatever. And we shouldn't assume either. I tell you what, all the stuff that's come out in the news in the last 24 to 48 hours about him and stuff with social media, and I'm not going to go any further with that.
Again, it's purely speculative because no one knows for sure.
Right. We don't know what happened between him and NXT. All we know is that he came back to TNA, and the last several years that he's been with TNA, it's been awesome. And I don't know what else to say besides that, Then we had Wentz came back, and then Byron Reed came in and shook up everything in a positive way, I mean. And then Desmond Xavier came home.
Yeah.
So that's, and everything was flying high, so to speak. Pardon the pun. But, and then it was like, oh, okay, now they're all leaving. They got a better deal from, TK. Great. Give me 2 seconds here. All right. So, yeah, like I said, we don't know exactly what was all said to who and what came from what. There's speculation that it came from people on the roster in AEW. Some guys are saying, yeah, it came from like Warner Brothers themselves, and that it was a situation similar to Jay Briscoe. And, so it's like, and if that's a situation, what are you going to do? Then everyone below that level has their hands tied. But it's like, here's my question. Look, people make mistakes, and I get that. I'm not perfect. Alisha's not perfect. Bill's not perfect. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes in our lifetime. And I've said this for other reasons too, for podcasting on this podcast and on my own podcast. How many times are you supposed to apologize, and how many times are you supposed to pay for these things? And look, what I go ahead, Alisha.
Well, I'm just saying is, again, we can't speculate. We can only assume. What's being passed around is just old news being stirred up again. And again, no one knows for sure because they weren't in that room. it's between the company and stuff. But you also have to remember, and I think people easily forget this because you see these companies as big entities that you don't realize that they answer to a higher power. And if that higher power says whatever, maybe whatever. Like you know what I mean? We can't predict these things. So who's to say what it really was?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and look, we're fans. We don't have to know everything.
I don't care to know. I don't care about news. I don't care about dirt sheet shit. Like, I don't care. I just like wrestling. I want to see characters and I want to see people beat each other up on TV. I don't care about anything past that. Unless they're seriously hurting themselves or other people or animals and shit, I don't give a shit.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Bigger things going on in the world than speculating.
Yeah. Yeah, like the frigid temperatures here in Wisconsin, But yeah, it's look, I'm happy that he's back. I did not expect him. If I'm sure some people have said out there. I think I saw a few people in comments on social media here and there saying, "Hey, I wonder if TNA is going to take him back." And honestly, I wasn't going to be that surprised if it did happen. I am surprised it happened this quick because he did put a post out there, a couple posts, but I'll just comment on the one saying that he was going to take a break from professional wrestling, So I think that's what a majority of the fans expected.
Yeah.
But maybe Carlos and his crew reached out to him and said, "Hey, come on home where you belong." So,
what else is there to say about it? Let's move on to another subject.
This sums up a lot of it. Bell's boy says social media is a cesspool, full stop, right?
Well, the problem is Twitter. You guys go on Twitter, and that's a fucking hellscape because it's just people with their heads in the worst fucking places all the fucking time.
Right.
And that's just what happens.
Yeah.
It's like, let's cancel everything. Even, let's cancel the world. Let's cancel the moon. Let's even cancel everything.
Yeah, like I said last week, I said this feels like people are just hating for the sake of hate.
It's professional outrage.
Yeah.
So again, I mind my P's and Q's, but I think I'm just so fucking sick of this shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I go on for a few updates and news here and there, and I go on social media to, promote the podcast when I remember to, stuff like that. But beyond that, I very, very rarely will put an opinion on anything on social media. So what are you going to do? But yeah. So, but yeah, so look, congrats to Trey. I'm glad he's getting another start in the company. I truly feel like the Rascals did belong here, but I don't blame them for moving on or trying to move on. But Trey's back, and I'm hoping big things for him. He's had a great several-year run the last time he came back, and we'll see what's up now. He won a case tonight in the Feast or Fired match. Yeah. So, but yeah, so we're gonna break down the whole episode, and we'll talk about more stuff, and we'll talk about that infamous hug that Bill got towards the end of the show. Is he the one that caused the implosion of the system? We're gonna find out as soon as he gets in here. So.
Is he the Godfather?
It's the quiet ones, It's so yeah. All right. So yeah, I can't think of any other news. If there's anything else that's significant out there. Um, I'm sure Bill will tune us in on stuff. He's more in tune to that. But yeah, so we start out tonight's episode with kind of a running it back from Genesis. It's like it's interesting. There's so much talk about last week's show. You almost forget we just came out of a major pay-per-view. But yeah, so it was Joe Hendry, Moose, and Cedric Alexander in a triple threat, which was taking the place because Leon Slater was not there. Oh, by the way, the new Leon Slater t-shirt, fire. Go get it.
I can't fit any more wrestling t-shirts in my closet.
Yeah.
Even under my bed, I have like one of those soft totes full of shirts because I just have too many. Can you guys start making tote bags and cool stuff like pins and fun things? Because I could definitely use smaller, more practical items. Thank you.
More action figures.
I have been trying to sell wrestlers on tote bags for fucking years now. Tote bags. Little cute little book tote bags. Oh, hey. And Shotzi Blackheart had a great idea with those pizza plates she was selling as merch before she signed with WWE.
Hey, there you go. Pizza plates. Everyone loves pizza.
I will buy dishware. Hey, listen, wrestlers, if you're selling a candle that maybe smells like you, I don't know why I put it that way, but like a smell that you created with a candle company is what I mean. I will buy that shit. I like decorative things. You got a banner, you got some posters, you got some ink press shit, some some tie-dye what am I looking at? Like tapestries. Whoa. Oh, now we're branching out. We're getting creative.
There you go. Yeah, something different. My closet's the same way. My closet is literally exploding with just BS t-shirts over the last decade. And I actually, believe it or not, it doesn't look like it, but I got rid of like over 50 t-shirts last fall. And my closet still looks ridiculous. And look who's here.
I made it.
How's it going?
Good. How's it going for you? How do you feel?
I feel like I'm in New Mexico. I took a left at Albuquerque.
Fair enough.
Looking for that wascally wabbit. So, all right, we're not going to waste any time with this. Bill, the pressure's on you.
Oh, it's on me.
The pressure's on you. We're gonna quiet down the chat. They're saying it's all your fault. What? Are you behind the implosion, or shall we say, evolution of the system?
Oh, why would you say that, J-Bone?
Because you're wearing the jacket. You got a big hug from JDC, and man, it's always the person that gets the big hug from the mafia boss, and then he gets kicked in the ding ding.
You're saying I whacked him?
You whacked him. He got whacked.
I was not behind any of this. Come on.
Hey, I had to quiet down the chat. I had to ask the hard questions here. I'm sorry.
The system is evolving before us.
Oh, they're evolving.
Clearly.
Although we did have an idea that was going to be Bear from the get-go. So that didn't surprise me. Although Cedric, I'll tell you, like, I'm sure we'll be getting into it, but Cedric was one of those names that you went, maybe he could fit in there. Like he would kind of fit in, but the turn on the Moose. And where's Lish in all this? It's like a little honor no more again. It seems like she's not on the same page with Mr. Edwards.
It goes beyond that. I feel like anytime Eddie Edwards does shit like this, she's always like, what the fuck, Eddie?
Big time. Yeah.
Like, even back with Kenny the kendo stick, bro. Like this stems back.
There's history. There's history.
I said to Alisha, I said, Eddie Edwards might be sleeping on the couch tonight.
Through his shenanigans over the years, it feels like that's a familiar place for Edward Edwards.
Right. So
she's calling him Edward Edwards today.
Oh, yeah. Full
by
name.
his government name.
Full name. Full first, middle, and last name.
Ed and Eddie Edwards.
AJ is claiming he did it. He did it for Bill. All right. Thank you for coming clean on that. Appreciate it. And no, Mayor, Mrs. Bone did not make me get rid of all the shirts. I decided to do it on my own, didn't I?
You gotta clean them out, bro.
I got rid of all those t-shirts last year on my own. That wasn't because of you.
Did you donate or resell?
I think I donated some of the better looking ones, and I think I junked most of them because they're like faded and just,
old,
stinky. Yeah. They sit in the closet too long. They get that closet smell.
He still has over 100 t-shirts, folks. Don't lie to you.
Which is stop. What?
Yeah, it's my problem too.
I don't have over 100 t-shirts in my closet. What?
People are wondering how the weather is. There's a little chill in the air, but still much better than where I was coming from. So,
yeah. When are you supposed to be coming back, Bill?
Yeah, I'm coming back. I'll have a little detour on my way, but I'll be coming back on Sunday early morning. I believe in our area it's calling for late Sunday, so it's
okay.
A time period. But
yeah,
well, fingers
crossed. But
crossed.
I'm hearing tomorrow. Like, we'll see. Like tomorrow's crowd could be hurt a little bit because I think there might even be some like sleet or maybe even snow here.
Yeah.
What?
It's like global. Yeah, it's like a big storm.
Oh,
it's gonna affect everywhere in a different way.
And when it hits areas like that, the city's literally shut down.
Yeah, no clue what's going on. It's like, how do we deal with this?
Right.
Well, also they don't have the proper. It's like when you go out west, it's like you know what I mean. The air is different. Everything's
big
different.
Buildings of salt for this situation.
Well, because they don't need it.
Yeah.
Right. They don't keep 100 million salt trucks.
It's desert cold and all that on top of it, and their houses aren't insulated. Everything's different. You know what I mean? Because they just don't get that kind of weather. They don't put antifreeze. They could just use like Windex and water in their windshields out west. You know what I mean? Because they don't get cold air like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
whereas we have
hopefully everybody stays safe with, and we'll see if it turns out. Because I already know there's some weather issues already out there in certain places.
I know some places
not
are
as
due to
bad
get tomorrow. So.
Yeah. I know they canceled school for tomorrow here because it's supposed to hit 40 something below. So yeah, that's no bueno. Yeah, so let's and of course we also briefly talked about Trey coming back.
Yeah,
gave our opinions on that. What did you think about that, Bill?
Oh, it seemed like the natural fit. I didn't think it was going to happen that quick. I'm glad it did. Like that, it was instant. There it is, looking good there, Trey. Like and honestly, out of all the rascals, he's been the guy that's been here. Like he's like when other people weren't here, Trey was here. Like he's like, and now Trey can do solo again. He deserves it to have a run of his own. Although I'll tell you what. If somebody down south thought they were pulling a fast one by breaking that the night before the premiere, another member pretty much with all the same Rascal logos, Rascal thing, it's like, this is the guy you don't have, and everyone's welcome their opinion, but it feels like the vaunted internet wrestling community did not agree with that decision down south. So that's to TNA's gain.
It is. And like I said, and Alisha agreed, said this whole time that Trey's been back, I don't believe we ever heard anything like none of this even came up the last time Trey came back. At least I don't remember. So the last however many
I'm
years.
sure it comes out every year.
Yeah, there's always this little social media stuff that will come about, and I'm sure it did at one point, at least briefly, but not to any big thing like this was man. And once again, I don't know anything for a fact. This feels like an easy fall guy for other reasons that I won't get into, but I think most people have an idea of what 3 initials those are.
Yeah, and there is some speculation on that. I know. Whether it
because once again, you can find something, and then that can be a big enough issue to stop it. Because there was that big thing the last time when Jay Briscoe, like this supposedly is the same reason, but they were in through a whole thing. It's like, oh, they're not going to do that again. That guy's gone. They committed never to that. They won't be like that. Well, so they're either like that and you were full of it, or that's not really the full reason. But it's a good fall.
Right. It's like everybody's got, ghosts in their closet. And,
and ain't just wrestling. You look in any type of industry, but guess what? A lot of looking the other way on a lot of things with a lot of people. So
yeah,
I'm not going to get up in arms about much here. That feels very selective for other reasons.
Well, it's like people. It's like how you can't dare say anything bad about or truthful about their faves. You know what I mean? Because people just don't.
Well, that seems to be what it is. Yeah, it's all fine and good until somebody gets hurt, like feelings on a roster, and then
egos are very fragile in wrestling. I'll be the first to admit that
is very fragile, and I think there's
competitive.
A lot of fragile in certain places.
And that goes across the board for men and women. Ego is a hell of a drug.
Oh, 100%.
They're in a very competitive business. And
I won't get into the whole issues in the past with Tessa, but like everyone, like the fans and all want to think certain issues are the issues that come up with Tessa. But it's really that none of the other women 8 years ago liked her. And they still hold it against her.
Right. It's just
and that's the biggest issue they have. Like they still have it to this day, a lot of them.
The way I say it, and I said it a couple times in regards to the Tessa situation, that the person who she had the issue with publicly forgave her. Yeah, and they made amends, and it should end at that.
Squashed any beef.
You can get mad at people for things they've done in the past, but like when do we actually acknowledge that people do have capacity to change? Not saying everybody does and learns from the lessons, because we all know it, but like we gotta give people the ability, and if they do, they prove themselves. Then what? Like it's just it becomes a slippery slope when we try to put a heightened morality on people, and then it's just pedestals. It's like, well, we're basically all just throwing stones from glass houses. Because not saying everybody's guilty of a similar thing or this and that, but that's the nuance of things. Is people aren't necessarily
in these businesses. Good. Like if you're going to hold people, like and hey, people can be held accountable, but
to what degree?
Use this theory, you wouldn't watch any wrestling promotion, you wouldn't watch any movies, you wouldn't watch any TV, you definitely wouldn't vote for any politician.
You'd be just a recluse.
Like you can look in every field and everything. Especially
the entertainment.
I think I make my internet fandom opinions known often, so I won't get too into it. Because that's if you want to go where there is some positivity, but it's mainly negativity.
Well, yeah, because people thrive on negativity, and it seems to be just the going thing for the internet is everyone's just looking for a means to be angry about something, about someone, and
right.
I don't know. Whatever. I think we're putting too much focus on this Trey Miguel thing, and I think, like I said before, we just got to move on.
Great that he's back, and
none of our.
I think it shows that TNA is though the place where they give opportunities, like they are definitely, and obviously Trey's been a very good soldier in TNA for his run.
Yeah, exactly.
No problems there. So
and I'm not going to say I know him, but I got to meet him, at one of the meet and greets way back in Chicago, and man, the guy was goofy. Met Wentz, nice guys, so whatever.
No, and he once again, he still now that we still have that part of the X division / who knows, maybe into the world title, international. That'd be interesting. We'll get into the results of the Feast or Fired, but I'll be interested to see which way that goes.
Yeah, everything's gonna get revealed next week. So we got a week to wait on that, but we have a week of speculation. Some people say it's really hard.
I guess everybody's gonna everyone's gonna be sticking with, I'm sure, the name everybody wants to say because dirt sheets told them so.
Of course.
So, the dirt sheet said the whole nother story the week before, but
of course. So let's jump into this. We're gonna kind of try to get through this episode quickly because it's already late. But Cedric Alexander and Moose kick off the episode, kind of a rematch from Genesis. And by the way, if you missed our review on Genesis, go check it out on the channel. Thank you for everyone that did check it out.
And Phil Collins is the man.
That's right.
The artist?
Yeah, Phil Collins. Genesis.
Oh.
Genesis.
It's like you said Phil Collins, and I heard the drum sound, and I was like, okay, that guy? Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows.
And the only other time that gets brought up is when they have the show Against All Odds. So
then we really got to get into it. It's a Genesis fest on Against All Odds night.
It is. So
you can't dance, J-Bone.
I can't dance. I can't sing. I don't know the rest of it, but all right. Moose versus Cedric Alexander. I was surprised at this. Not in a negative. Well, not in a negative way in a sense. Just surprised because Moose was so banged up at the pay-per-view. So, I've heard a couple different things released as far as what happened during that match between Cedric Alexander and Joe Hendry when he did that back body drop on top of the steel stairs that apparently no one can move.
They're 300 pounds of solid steel, J-Bone.
Except for Secret Agent Zero.
Oh, yeah.
Because they all looked at him.
Special Agent.
Well, Special Agent. It was Secret, Special, whatever. Special Sauce Zero. But yeah, so, Moose was still doing the kip up, but he was still, he did a goofy little wiggle and then he went, oh, so it was like,
oh yeah. He had that back injury, man, but he came back on short notice for the fans, for the people.
Yeah. And
that was a last minute addition, that match.
And hey, and if he would have just went home after the pay-per-view and rested, none of this would have happened. I'm just saying.
Oh, come on, J-Bone.
No, J-Bone, it was a canon event. It was unstoppable. Canon event means
he ain't missing a live show.
No matter what choices you make, it was going to happen.
Okay. All right. So, but what did you guys think about this match?
Go ahead, Bill.
Great opener. It's interesting. I know, I think obviously TNA did what they wanted to do last week in the first live show premiere, getting characters over, introductions to the audience. But I know there was obviously critiques, not enough wrestling, things like that. So, but we said it last week because I talked to people. They're like, yeah, next week's going to be very different. We're going to have a lot of matches next week. So they knew this. They didn't, once again, I'm sure there's going to be people coming out there and be like, oh, listen to the internet. No, they were always going to do this because now it's intro. Let's show you some of the matches, which obviously they went heavy. I honestly, we'll get into the whole thing, but it seemed like the setup was very well done. Like it seemed like timing wise to kind of get everything over. I know some people might go main event versus, but obviously a lot went down in the main event segment. But no, that's a good way to start it. Obviously, Moose battling the injury was going to give Cedric the edge to get the win in this one. And then obviously how do we see the show end? A lot more meaning into this opening match.
Yeah. Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
A lot of foreshadowing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, with the ability of hindsight, definitely foreshadowing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like it made sense when Cedric Alexander was going to come out because of the respect between the two during the match. And then we see what happened later. Next, we get a Santana promo. And I tell you what, between the Santana promo, I feel like Santana's really starting to get his, like he just, I don't know, this, like he's champ now and he sounds different. I don't know what it is. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like
no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like he is champ now.
He's a man that accomplished a goal.
There's a certainty.
Right.
He's on the mountaintop.
He is on the mountaintop. He's got the company on his back, and he's like, where are we going? Let's go. And
the path ahead.
The only thing that didn't happen, and I was kind of expecting someone to like interrupt him. I was kind of expecting Kaz to come out or Nick Nemeth or someone new. I really didn't know. But we didn't get that, which is fine.
I'm glad.
Yeah. It's just, it's so typical. Everybody always gets interrupted a billion times during the week.
Well, it's just about timing, and I feel like they did that to him when he first won the belt. They immediately brought Nick Nemeth out. It's like you can't take away the shine of like one of the most important storylines in your company. You can't just keep having people come in and get that rub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let the man have his goddamn moment.
I think that's what you're seeing both last week and this week. It feels like they're giving storylines and individuals moments and not kind of stepping on them. Like this was obviously a system night to a big extent.
Right.
Like last week, kind of same thing. Like you had certain people and storylines. I think they're focusing on getting over on an episode and not maybe trying to do too much.
Right.
And stuff get lost in the sauce. And I think that's a creative decision they're making just to have a more narrow focus. For people can be like, well, this week we're focusing on this, this, and this, as opposed to a lot of stuff up against the wall and just seeing what works in the end, which sometimes can work. A lot of times it doesn't.
I feel like having a plan is good. Keeping track of your notes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Making sure it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like not every storyline has to be crazy and over the top, but put some thought behind everything. Give people meaning and purpose. It's like even if it's a nothing storyline, make a little sense.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And
why are we doing this? Yeah.
Yeah. No reason you can't.
Why are we?
Because we had a few tonight. We actually had almost two double turns tonight because we'll get into in the next match. But
I have a lot to
say.
Yeah, there's that too. Yes,
but I do want to, because I saw a mention also in the chat here. But definitely powerful stuff with them playing Santana's father who passed away's message over with the reaction to it. So I thought that was well done.
Right, and I think we've heard that before in other.
In a different. I don't think it was like in the ring. It was like promo stuff. I don't think they ever aired it in the ring.
Produced,
to the
right?
audience. Yeah,
produced vignettes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and we'll get into talking about some of the vignettes because I'll be interested to see what people thought, because I know there's always a lot of discussion on how it looks. Some like there, looking up at the big screen Tron, I thought it looked great. Like the backstage, like lighting and I thought they all looked like super high definition.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's different from TV to the stream, but I thought everything was looking A-okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I like the look of the stage. It's simple, but it's got enough. You know, you've got the Tron above the entrance, and honestly, if you think about the Tron above the entrance and how it looks, it's got kind of a box look above the entrance. That almost feels like old school.
It is. It feels like a nicely produced old school, like simpler, cleaner. I'm a fan. I know people are asking like what happened to the ramp, because it was obviously the LED ramp at the debut. I know from when they did it in Vegas and then they did it again, it's not a guarantee it's going to be at every show. I think they're doing that still as a trial test run. But I do think it does add. Like, I'm in favor of it. Like, compared to Unbreakable, I think it was more basic. I think this time, like last week, where they're incorporating the Tron into the ramp, I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm hoping that is something they do. And I don't know if that's more of a venue basis or something they can keep on doing. But I think long term, that'd be a good goal to have that always going. But it also is a little bit of different consistency. And I think that played a part in it too.
And I'll tell you what really was refreshing, and not that last week was bad, but this week, you know, I think some of us were a little concerned is just because of how the episode went last week, how is the crowd going to be this week? New town, new
first time ever.
First time ever. Are they excited for this? Are they going to sit on their hands? No, this crowd was fired up. There's
similarities to this crowd in El Paso. And if you've heard us talk about the El Paso crowd, because you're kind of just like in El Paso, you're in the Albuquerque area and there's not a lot around, like beyond there. So like everybody's local for the most part coming to these shows. And like when a wrestling show comes in, I was talking to some people before the show, like if it's WWE, it's AEW, they fill out buildings because they want their wrestling and they don't get it that often. So when it's here on this big of a stage, like I said, there was, like I was talking to people, the walk up, it was expected to hit 2K. Like I said, depending on weather, which I'm sure they'll have the show, it just might, some people might not come out because of weather, depending on how far out they're coming from. Like us, people like us, we're like, whatever, we'll be there.
Right.
Well, I mean,
we're more used to it, so we're just
second nature.
Yeah, it's not gonna stop us. Yeah,
we're like the mailmen. We through
rain or shine.
Yeah, we're coming out. We're coming out for wrestling.
Except when it hits over 40 below. I'm just saying.
No, but the crowd I thought was good all night. I haven't obviously seen it yet, like on TV or on the app or anything. So I don't know how it played out, but how was the sound levels and things from the people? What do people think?
No, it was good. I felt it was great. Go ahead, Alisha.
My only complaint was throughout the show, the screen would go dark. It's like, especially during commercials, it wouldn't show the crowd. It would just go black. And then during certain matches, it would just randomly go black. This is watching from the app.
Yeah, I wonder if that's different between the app and cable still.
There's going to be segments of, and then it would show.
Wasn't as bad as the opening week though.
No, there was like no
blackouts here and there, but last week was crazy.
Like there was.
I think with the live aspect, they're going to see an evolution as they're doing these shows, getting used to it, I think you'll see slight changes here and there. But no, it seemed like I think they felt more confident going into it this week than last week, because I think there were a lot of nervousness going into last week's show. But it seems like everybody was all right. And that's the thing, like I said, but I've been what was it, like in Vegas at Sam's Town back in the day and all,
Oh,
where
yeah.
people would say there was no noise, but it was loud. It was just bad mic,
Right.
bad engineering on that part. And we'll see. Like I said, I think for the most part, everything looked pretty good. There was one of my pet peeves that happened tonight, but it's minor, and I don't know how much of it made TV. But people will know once I bring it up. Because if you're an old TNI head, you'll know I've complained about it before, but it hasn't been an issue in years.
Okay.
Since like Atlanta Center Stage years ago.
Okay. But yeah, so next we got Gia Miller backstage with Order 4 and Mustafa Ali. We find out that Ali versus Jeff Hardy is going to be the main event match. The system segment is the main event segment, the last segment of the show. But the last match is Jeff Hardy versus Mustafa Ali. And I believe they said something to the effect of they haven't faced off in over 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So
well, we'd have to even look back at like how many singles matches has Jeff Hardy had since his latest TNA return. Not a lot.
No.
Like we know obviously there was the match with Moose. One of my all-time faves.
So that's
not a lot.
Yeah.
So it's always great to see
wild.
That is wild. But that's the thing. Like you're going to start getting some interesting new matchups, I feel, going forward.
Well, yeah, and as the company evolves, you get a few new people in here and there. It does create more and different opportunities. So that's great. But yeah, so they're talking about the main event, of course, and now similar to last week where they were showing people in the crowd, like they showed the people from the AMC in the front row.
Yep.
They showed, and I thought I saw him in one of the entrances or something. And I said this on the live show like a couple times, and I'm like, that looks like Chris Van Vliet. I'm like, is that Chris Van Vliet? Sure enough, all of a sudden, boom, camera's right on him. Hi, it's Chris Van Vliet. Well, he lives very close to there in California, so I wasn't surprised that he was there. But
and he's also he dropped that next Thursday. So obviously before next Thursday's Impact, he'll be interviewing. He'll be having his interview with the Hardys.
Oh, nice. There you go.
A little cohesion.
Nice. And I'm like, man, does that guy not have like the best hair in like content creators? I'm like, man.
Who?
Chris Van Vliet.
Oh, I've seen that.
He always has like that perfect Hollywood cut hair, like TV hair.
He does. He's got kind of a pompadour.
Right. I'm gonna have to like email him and be like, what's your secret? I mean, not that I could do much with this, but you know.
So
come on, J-Bone. You watch Stranger Things.
I did.
You know the answer. The Farrah Fawcett spray.
Aquanet?
I grew out the back, flip it forward, right?
There you go, bowl of bad.
We got it.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So, all right, then we get Indi Hartwell, and if I miss something, I got hardly any notes. You're just gonna have to forgive me. But if I miss something major, let me know. Indi Hartwell versus M by Elegance. Now Ash is out there, and of course, you know, Mr. Elegance is out there too. The man cannot stop touching his abs. Is this a thing? Like,
you know what, Mr. Elegance? First of all, kudos to Mr. Elegance because he's replying on social media to people. Like,
really?
Yeah, and it's great. He's like kind of like in his own little way, kind of responding, like people criticizing it, and he's like, but then he like just says like how great everything is, and he is. So kudos to that. But I'll tell you, he is such a callback to early TNA. Like, he would have fit in the Asylum, Mr. Elegance. He would have fit on the FS1. He would have fit on like Spike TV. That angle is classic. Like, that he's doing like his whole on his way out, in and out of every scene. Like, that's so a throwback to old school TNA. And that tells me that people that were very critical of it did not watch TNA back then, because it's so a throwback to that. And you just got to look at it for what it is. That's exactly what it is. I wouldn't say like Val Venis. There's like, if you're just going to go with a guy that's like considering himself like the Body, like that's about as much as Val Venis, because Val Venis didn't have much personality. Like he's a little bit of a mix of like the cute kid from The Beautiful People. He's a little bit of a mix of like the narcissist, like Lex Luger gimmick, the model Rick Martel. There's a lot of things about there, but I'm a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure he's going to grow as the gimmick, as the weeks go on. But for now, it's like, I just chuckle at it because I'm like, man, this guy's too much.
Well, that's the thing. It's so over the top. That's part of it, though. That's what I like about the gimmick. Got to go over the top.
It's camp, and I love camp, so I'm okay.
Oh, it's camp. It is camp.
In addition to the group, so it's like a perfect fit. It makes sense for them, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh yeah, it fits that whole brand.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah.
I will say though, as far as tonight, I never believed for a second that Ash was turning a new leaf.
No.
She was too.
Her name's by Elegance.
Yeah, like her brand. There's no way they're going to turn against the brand owner. She can fire everyone.
Yeah. So she started this during the match, and she started reacting a certain way when her crew was doing certain things to Indi Hartwell, and she was because at first she was just doing her normal, like reacting to the crowd kind of a little, but then she was reacting more to the match, like, very, very visual things, a lot of gestures, like what are we doing here? Why did you just do, I don't understand you guys, stuff like that. And then it all blew up at the end of the match. Indi Hartwell does get the win here over M by Elegance. So first of all, it is a singles match, and it doesn't have to automatically turn into a tag team, knockouts tag team match for the titles, because that's very typical. Like, oh, you pin the champ, get a shot. Well, this is a singles match, and there isn't anyone like officially tied to her yet. I say yet because we don't know if they're gonna hire. Who was that was on the pre-show of Genesis? Was that Vicious Vicky? Is that what they call her?
Vicious Vicky, yes.
She's the one that tagged with Indi Hartwell, right?
Indi Hartwell.
Okay. So, I mean, that could become a thing. I don't think they mentioned it during the show, so we'll see. But yeah, so Ash starts reacting to them beating up Indi Hartwell, and then it looks like they're turning on Ash, and it's like, whoa, what's happening here? The Elegance brand is about to lose their main character here.
They were almost too gung-ho about going after Ash.
Yeah. And then
I would like the Iceman would never.
And then all of a sudden, Ash gives Indi Hartwell a massive DDT. And people are just, whoa, what just happened? We thought you weren't wrestling. Like you weren't cleared. It never came to the light of day why she stepped away. You know, I said maybe it's a mental health thing, maybe it's something physical, and they're just not revealing it. Everyone has their own lives. We don't have to know everything, but it's one of those things that they never revealed it, and we were like, well, that's kind of interesting, but it's like whatever. So, but the fact that all of a sudden she like slaps her ass and she looks in the camera and she's like, I'm back, and it's like, oh,
so she's back. I didn't catch that part.
Oh, she's back.
Oh, she's back already.
She's back, baby. That's great. All right, wonderful.
The world is right again.
Agreed.
We have Ash back.
Right. So this show was loaded of surprises, turns, almost turns, whatever you want to call it. It was a little bit of everything.
And it was all people that have been on Impact programming. Like Ash never left us, but she just wasn't in an in-ring role, and now it looks like she's back to that in-ring role.
She wasn't getting
obviously there's Trey, and then obviously we'll get the Bear later. But all people we've regularly seen over the last few months. Yeah.
And someone said, I don't remember who it was in the chat while I was doing the live reaction. Seems like it could have been maybe concussion protocol. And I was like, well, that makes sense.
It would all be a guess. But at least it was something. I know she was hinting for a while that she could come back. It was more it was never an official full retirement. It was more see what happens down the road. And hey, if everything's good going forward, thrilled to see it. One of my favorite additions to the roster over the last few years.
Oh yeah, her joining TNA has been an absolute breath of fresh air. I mean, women join wrestling companies, and it's like, oh, okay, let's see what they do. Sometimes they come from another company. Sometimes it's someone fresh off the indies. Everyone's got a different tale. Everyone has a different story. But Ash's has been something really special. Just because we knew where she came from. She was a significant name, but she was never used. But she was a name. She didn't
get the opportunities that she got here.
Yeah, she didn't get the opportunities, but the fans knew she was talented. It's like, just let her grow, let her do stuff. No. But TNA gave her a chance, and man, she ran with it, and she's been an absolute joy to watch on TV. So the fact that she's back, I'm very excited. She didn't lose that title by getting pinned or submitting. So
gotta get her title back.
Yeah.
Bring all the gold back to the Elegance brand. Although we know they have challengers on the horizon.
Oh, quite a few, I think. I think it's also going to matter because I know somewhere in here they showed highlights from NXT because they had.
Yeah, that's no surprise because obviously we saw one of them go for the Knockouts title, so it felt like they're both coming because old Sol Ruka wasn't just there just to show up and not do anything.
Right.
So we're gonna get the team, Zoruka.
And they showed highlights from NXT of the three different ladies teams going at it, and whoever won was going to get a shot at the TNA Knockouts tag team titles. Let me tell you, and I'm going to go back and probably watch this whole thing because just the clips that they were showing looked insane. I've seen Sol Ruka hit her finisher on several women, and I'm never bored of it. Every time she
She's
hits it,
nuts.
it's like holy
Yeah.
shit. In this match, she hit a double. What is her finisher called again?
Soul
Snatcher.
Snatcher. That's
She
what it is.
hit a double soul snatcher. Like she hit the ropes, went around, came down, and got 2 women with the soul snatcher, and it was the place just exploded. It was like, what? How do you? I think it's hard enough just doing it on one person. They did it on 2. This is ridiculous. So,
Cousin Larry, don't be ridiculous.
don't be ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited to see them take on Heather and M by Elegance. But
and what will Ash's role be in that?
Oh, I think if she's back, it's going to be, whereas before maybe not much of a numbers game. Of course, you've got the Iceman, aka the Concierge, and you've got Mr. Elegance. But if Ash is in there,
they got a whole crew.
If Ash is in there, look out. So I don't know when this match is taking place. I don't know if they announced it.
It might be Tuesday.
It could.
It could be a quick turnaround.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't know if it was supposed to happen on TNA or NXT television.
I think that's more on NXT.
It could be. So, but yeah, we'll find out. But yeah, so then we get the promo backstage. All I wrote down, Ash is back. So
yeah, and confirmed by Little Silver that it is on NXT on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you. Had I watched that, I would have known that. But no, thank you.
You're a busy man.
I am. Always. All right. Next, we got the Feast or Fired match. And I did not write down all the participants, but it was, I'll mention most of them. Of course, it was EY, Maclin.
Be right back, guys.
Okay. It was the return of Trey. Eddie Edwards with Brian Myers was in it too.
Correct.
Mance Warner was in it.
I'll help you out, J-Bone. Hometown man.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was in there, and then
Rich Swann,
the good
AJ Francis,
oh yeah,
and the
great hands. Excuse me, not the good hands.
And Ryan Nemeth.
Oh, and Ryan Nemeth too.
Can't forget the turkey.
You know,
the not so jive turkey.
He wasn't very jive tonight. So, but yeah, because it almost, when they were talking about it earlier in the show, it almost sounded like they were only going to have a few people participating, and I'm like, well, that doesn't sound right. But it was just because there's
yeah, you can't show everybody's entrance.
There's 3.
We got TV time.
Well, no, it was because of the amount of cases being used. That they made it sound like it was going to almost be like a fatal 4-way or something. I don't know. I misunderstood it. But yes, we had several people, 4 cases, all hung up in the tresses, similar to Ultimate X, when they
Ultimate X,
hang
yeah.
up the ropes and such. Except it's a briefcase on a
Love a good
pole.
truss.
So, but yeah, your thoughts on this match?
This was fun. Feast or Fired, depending on how it ends, because I know that's what everyone will have issues with, depending on who goes, if someone goes. Because I thought they were teasing it for a second, because like if Hometown Man won, they could obviously do an angle where Hometown Man gets fired and somebody else replaces him, which you can always do. Like you can do kind of a character change type thing, but we'll see, because obviously we'll get into it. But the winners in this are obviously some names. I think, like, you watch the show tonight, it almost feels like you can cross out a couple names that wouldn't be. So everyone's going to lean into the one. But we'll see.
Yeah, and I think the one that, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think if the one we're talking about is Maclin, and
well, yeah, that's the one that everyone's saying, like, supposedly extended his deal, but it was a short extension.
We didn't know how
no one seemed to
long.
know. So everyone, yeah. So once again, who knows? Like because you look at our ones, obviously EY is an OG, a guy that's been here since he left WWE. And then obviously based on what we saw with the system and Eddie kind of running that feels hard to believe. And obviously Trey just got re-signed. So that would seem like maybe the biggest stretch.
Right. They're not going to re-sign Trey to let him go for a gimmick. They're not. No.
Yeah, like they would not do that gimmick. Well, yeah, like if they couldn't come to a deal, then obviously the Maclin thing could be, but who knows? Once again, that'd be a shame, but because once again, I look at, but hey, if rich Uncle Pennybags is gonna pay just a handsome sum, but man, like that guy's has been in the main event, world champion. That ain't happening. Like Steve, I'm a huge fan of the guy.
Yeah.
I think he has another world title run in him, maybe multiple. I think like we talked about him, he could be this company's Stone Cold. Like that's how much we think of this.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just don't think he'll get that opportunity elsewhere. No. So selfishly, we'd like to see that remain here because of that potential. But I'll never fault anybody. Obviously, his wife is once again was a very similar situation, but she was one of, if not like one of the most accomplished modern knockouts of our era. So like that's just what the business is. If that's the case, like EY, I don't know, like is EY, but the whole cleanse storyline,
right?
Like, but that could be a write-off because let's say EY does get fired. Don't fire Eric. Let's say he gets fired, but he comes back as a different character as the cleanse. Like they could kind of bamboozle us with this this firing, like if it's EY, because he'll just come back and that'll actually be the cleanse,
right? Yeah, or
where he'll be like Mr. Clean,
or
literally,
or the cleanse, like whoever he brings in for this cleanse group, which I'm assuming it's a group. I don't assume J-Bone, but the it's like we've seen what Eric has tried to do by himself over the last few months with this cleanse thing, and it ain't happening. He's not getting it done by himself, meaning he needs help. So he's going to be part of another group, which is fine. I like it when he's the head of a group because I've liked the groups he's been a part of.
Violent by Design.
Yeah, Violent by Design, other stuff. So then,
Team
like,
Canada.
if they try to fire him, but the cleanse group stops it from happening because they're too powerful and they're out of control. You can't control, kind of like the guys from what's that group from NXT, Dark State, like a group like that. You can't wrangle them, you can't control them. They're brought in from another, they got hired from up above or something, whatever. There's something that they can't fire him. I can picture something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, like I have a feeling this ain't going, and there's been feast or fires where it's not clean, it's dusty, there's shenanigans afoot, and this feels like a shenanigans afoot. Like I'm not going to buy into the Maclin speculation. I think it's a red herring, because I feel like Maclin is like, hey, I get it. His wife's there. It makes a lot of sense, but it's a lot. I don't know. But I thought the same thing for Deanna for a while, and I think at times she probably would have leaned the other way. So I just feel like he's one that wants to have the platform.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Welcome back, Alisha. I want to get your opinion on the Feast or Fire. Number one, how did you like the match?
I thought it was fun, entertaining. I have a question about it though.
Shoot.
Is the ramp the safety zone? How do I word this? So like I noticed that some guys got briefcases and were intercepted before they got to the ramp, but then the other guys who got to the ramp were like in the clear.
You got to get to the floor with the case. Once you're on the floor, once you're on the floor, like out of the ring on the floor, then with the case, it's your case. So that's why I always say, I was telling like AJ Francis, I'm like, AJ, just get a guy as he's coming out of the ring.
Yeah.
Like
that's what EY did. That's why
that's pretty much what EY did.
Yeah. He hit the hometown man.
Yes.
Or took his mask off.
He took the mask off.
He took his mask off, in which, dropped the case. EY's got it. Boom. EY's got a case.
The real winner is whoever doesn't get a briefcase. It's like, yeah, you might be missing out on an opportunity, but you also aren't going to get fired.
You're safe.
Right? Yeah.
Is it safe?
It's a gamble. Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine if AJ Francis got a case?
Oh, I honestly...
Oh, he'd never shut up.
But you know what? If he got a case, well, the thing with these are different because these get revealed the week later. But then, you do get it to cash in at some point. But if he got it, I'd be like, hey, get that world title shot again, or maybe even X Division again. But once again, like certain ones, just because like I lived through like the EC3 Feast or Fired. I never want to see a favorite get that case. Those are tough.
Yeah.
I'm having a disaster.
There is a disaster going on.
I'm knocking everything over.
Mike's sounds like the mic went down.
It did. The mic, a drink, a bunch of shit. So give me a. I'm here, but just give me a second.
Is it from did the cat do it?
No, I did because I wasn't paying attention to where my charge cord for my phone was, and it's wrapped around the mic. And so when I went to grab that, it just knocked everything over in its path.
It's much easier if you just.
Terrific.
It's much easier if you just blame it on the cat.
It's like a Feast or Fired ending right there.
Yeah.
It all fell apart.
But yeah. So we're going to find out next week. Now, next week, as in that's getting taped tomorrow.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Because they did tape after the show tonight as well. So it's partly going to be what was taped after the show, the live show tonight and tomorrow.
Okay. Because when the show went off the air and then all of a sudden there was like it said, thanks for watching. And then all of a sudden like the live thing was still there. And all of a sudden the audio kicked back in, and Tom Hannafin is talking about Rich Swann coming down to the ring. And I'm
they
like,
did not cut the feed in totality this week. There's definitely some still things with the app broadcast, but sometimes you get those little things. Like sometimes you get the crowd during the commercial and whatever's going on there, and then something like that where you get the little extra. Look at it as bonus content.
Right. So, but yeah. All right. So next we got a couple Nick Nemeth segments. This is interesting. Santana's backstage watching, the show. There's a brief run through of Jeff Hardy, and he's doing some. Yeah, he's like going. I don't know. I can't even describe it. He was like, I don't know. He was just like walking sideways or something.
He's giving whimsy.
Yeah, he's doing Jeff Hardy things.
He's doing Jeff Hardy things. Oh, that only Jeff Hardy understands. So I was like, oh, what's he do? Oh, wait. Oh, Nick Nemeth is here. Okay, I guess the Jeff Hardy thing was just random. So, but Nick Nemeth gets in Santana's face, starts bugging him. Now, I missed what he said, but he must have said something personal because it set Santana off.
Oh, he said some shit about his daughter.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, anytime you start talking about this guy's family, just look out,
Well, I mean, I think that should apply for anybody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because what kind of dick doesn't defend his family?
Yeah, right. So, but now this, so like I said in the segment prior where Santana's just cutting the promo, no one interrupted him. There was no Kaz, no Nick Nemeth, but we still got this heat now with Nick Nemeth. Like, okay, it's still there. He's still he's still got the cup. He's making his presence known. We'll see where this goes. Because we didn't get an automatic, oh, well, now we're moving on from the pay-per-view to, oh, we have someone new as a contender. We didn't get that tonight. And then we get another segment where Nick is backstage. He's a little banged up from the scuffle. And he notices that B.D.E. and some other guys are playing video games. And he interrupts them. My guess is that B.D.E. and his crew were playing against Judgment Day for some game, because I know Judgment Day plays a lot of games too. But anyways, besides the point. So that, yeah, he bugs B.D.E. and he's like, that's why you guys, don't get anywhere and blah, 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 blah. And your generation. Yeah, your generation, you're paying dues and
I'll tell you though, I'm not gonna say at times I can be hard on Nick Nemeth.
Yeah.
The recently resigned Nick Nemeth. But he did have a point. He's like, why aren't you watching
he's
the
not
show?
lying.
Why aren't you learning? I'm like, oh, you got a point.
Yeah. And said something, B.D.E. said, I paid my dues, that's why I'm here. It's like, okay, you did to a point, but you got a long
because what do you call him? An experiment? He's like, you're an experiment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he called him an experiment. It's like, ooh, that's...
It's like, what do you mean by that? It's like, oh, we know what you meant by that, Nicky.
Yeah. So
but they're gonna have a match.
You're a content creator with less controversy, like someone else on another show.
Oh, settle down.
As in Logan Paul. But yeah, so
actually, speaking of J-Bone, I'm gonna go off on a slight tangent. Not slight, but a little tangent. Did you see what B.D.E. put out there? Speaking of content creation, that the TNI crew, I'm thinking, will do this in the near future, but they put out a video,
Yes.
30-something minutes of like highlight footage over the last couple months of TNA.
Yes.
That you can air with commentary, reactions in full, or cut it up however we want.
Yes.
And they'll obviously they're going to be looking at that, just tag and give credit to TNA. And I think that's something the TNI fam would probably like to see. So that could be some new content coming your way.
I already downloaded it. I'm just saying.
There you go. See, so it's in the working. We weren't even talking behind the scenes.
I was watching, and I was like, at first I was like, oh, what segment is this? What segment is it? And all of a sudden the brain started. I'm like, oh, I could splice this. Oh, I could use this little thing.
Because there's some good parts, like good stuff, like the infamous horse thing with Ali, with like a lot of. There's a lot of good pieces of segments in there.
See, like I didn't even watch all of it. But
to me? What?
Oh, I already went through the whole video. It was picking out segments.
What's that, Alisha?
What is the purpose of this? I'm confused.
It's so B.D.E. made an announcement through TNA that once a month TNA is going to release a half an hour's worth of Creative Commons. Creative Commons means anyone can use it to make content out of, to repost it, splice it together, use it however you want. The only thing you have to do is when you repost it, say through YouTube or Twitch or whatever, is you have to tag TNA for the content.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to give them credit for it, which is, completely understandable. But I used to, when I started doing videos, this is a little history thing on me. When I started videos way back when I started back in 2012, 2013, I recorded myself and there was no such thing for me to go live. I recorded it and uploaded it to YouTube. That's all I did.
The way it was.
And then as I got more associated with different apps, different things, I let my creativity, and I just explode. And I started doing things with videos. I started editing stuff together. I started making my own intro videos, and I've always wanted to get back to that, but the video maker that came with like Windows like 9 and 10 or even before that or whatever it was, a handful of years ago is gone from the current ones. And I've been able to go through other apps and make real brief little simple ones like you see on our intro is the logo. I do the same thing for Smash This Podcast, but I've always wanted to do more and get back to something more eye-popping, use different things. Well, now I have the chance to do that again. Number one, I got to find the time. But number two is just find an app, find something that I can, do all this again. And I think I found it. I don't know how good it's going to be. It's called Clip Chimp or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but it's through Microsoft. So I'm like, okay, because I actually went on the AI and I was like, hey, I'm going to ask AI what's out there. So I asked.
There you go.
I asked my computer, hey, does Microsoft have blah, 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 blah? And they're like, yes. Matter of fact, here it is. And I'm like, oh, thank you. So yeah, it's going to take some
cool stuff. So, so stay tuned. But I do want to answer, because we got a legend in the chat, J-Bone.
Uh-oh.
The man, the myth, the legend, friend of the show, David Penzer.
There you go.
again, we get to play my favorite segment. Where is Bill staying? Bill's staying just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the venue tonight. About as
Nice.
close as I've stayed to any of the events lately, since I'm new to Albuquerque. I'm staying at the Hulkster would be proud. The real American Inn. So the American Inn is where I am
okay.
putting the feet up this evening.
There you go. Nice.
So that is and honestly, I didn't even check in until just before I came on live here.
Wow.
I didn't have time to check in. I went right to the shift.
Nice. He's a rambling man, that Bill. So, but yeah.
Yeah, and just for you there you go. People talking hotels. You got the Motel 6 go to. I will say I have no go-to. It all depends. Like every city's different. Although if I go back, I tend to go like Garland. I stayed at the same place I stayed last time because it was convenient and cheap. And anybody knows me, I'm convenient and cheap. So it works for me.
I'm a snob. I have to have the continental breakfast.
Oh yeah, I am not. As long as clean,
that too.
Preferably working Wi-Fi. I don't have a lot of a bed that's not a rock.
There you go.
I'm a simple man. But J-Bone, just to go back to your thing, Kill Steel, I think giving some good advice here. Windows Movie Maker, you can still get that, but I feel CapCut is better. I know CapCut is kind of the go-to.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll write that down. Thank you. I'll check that out. I'll see what that is.
Because when you said Cap or something or Cut, I was like, that's the one I always hear about. Not saying I know much.
No, it's not that. What I used was not that. It was Clip Chimp or Champ or something, whatever. It was Clip something. But yeah, I'll check that out. Thank you. Thanks for the tip on that. I'll check that out. Yeah, because like I said, I've really gotten away from that, and I would love to get back to that. So, but yeah, so
more content from the
keep an eye out. Content is coming. And who knows? Maybe TNA will say, "Wow, look at the big brain on J-Bone." And you'll see me in the front row going, "Content creator here. Hello."
Get your head through the door, J-Bone.
Yeah. My head,
you watch out, J-Bone.
My head will never fit through the door. It's way too big. Oh, you got a blue raspberry. I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. That is a go-to flavor. All right. We continue. Yeah, so Nick Nemeth versus B.D.E. next week. Next. Now, this has, I don't know. This has Stink City written all over it. I'm not buying it for a minute. Ariana Grace backstage. Well, first of all, Santino's backstage with what's her name?
Daria.
Oh, Daria.
Daria.
Daria
Ray.
But didn't we? Okay. But just are you going to go with the Elena Black after this? Just so to make sure we don't miss it.
Oh, did
was
I
that
not write
prior?
that down?
That was just prior.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss this. I want to give some serious kudos here.
Okay. Well, if that happened first, let's talk about it first.
Because she cut her promo. Like we got to hear more from her. And I got to say, because I know we talked about this when she showed up previously on TNA. And was stiff, didn't give off a lot. They put her on commentary, didn't work great. I thought this promo, she nailed it. I was impressed.
Okay. What'd you think, Alisha?
I didn't see it.
You gotta see it, because I know you've been critical about her, and I totally get it. Because you've seen. I think you're coming from a critical standpoint. I think you've also seen a lot of her indie stuff, where I'm guessing a lot of people that just watch the show and don't see a lot of indie stuff have not seen her stuff beforehand. So yeah. But yeah, I actually felt like this promo, like it was simple. It wasn't like some big long drawn out thing. It was simple. She's putting the knockouts all on notice, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
And I thought she got a good reaction from the crowd too, because I know that was something last week where people are like, "Oh, what was the reaction?" And I think it was part of like they knew her persona there, but not here, and kind of that stuff. But I thought she got a good reaction.
The same WWE persona, she just has a name change.
Correct. She has her.
Because
it's kind of interesting because she has her old indie name as her, but like that was a very different persona, as you know, Alisha. Then there's little pieces of it still there, but obviously much more of the gimmick she honed in NXT. But no, I think
she's most recognized by, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and like that, she's like touting like, "Hey, I'm the only person that got 1 million views on their video from last week." Like once again, like that should be her character. That should be her character. But I thought she kind of like it was simple. It was to the point. But I thought she hit it like through everything. Like I think just her whole like how she moved around. I thought she was like hitting it like point. So either I think she's worked at it a lot, or she's obviously working with maybe producers more on it. And I thought it came off very well. Like I said, because when we really saw her was that's over a year ago at this point, I think.
And I don't even remember that. I believe you. And there's just been a lot of different, TNA going to NXT.
Yeah, like Critical Sting. Like honestly, this is how I felt. Like that's why I want to give her kudos.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Sting. I got more out of this promo than anything that Core J previously did in TNA in 25. Like, and that's kind of what I felt like. I think in one promo, she surpassed everything she did before.
That's what you have to do.
So that's a good start because, like I said, just
you need a timing point.
Yeah, like they need it. Like, and that's the thing. Like they're bringing in some of these people from NXT, especially we know like they had a very talented women's roster in NXT.
Yeah.
And if they can hit on some of these, like I think we've all expressed our thoughts on like Mara Sade, like her potential is really up there.
Oh, she's a rocket ship.
Yeah.
She's a star.
If Elena Black can get the promo piece down as good as she did tonight consistently, and we'll see kind of how her in ring, if that changes at all from what it is, like if she maybe brings a little bit more of her like indie stuff into it, depending on what opponent she goes to, like can really do some matches.
Because she's clearly evolved the way. I mean, you got to remember she's still really young, and so I wouldn't say even return to another gimmick. Find something different, and she seems to be at the start from what you guys are explaining. She seemed. I just missed it. I wasn't in the room.
Yeah,
I was making pizza, so
yeah.
Like not in a negative. Oh, I don't like her, so I didn't watch it. I just wasn't in the room because then I missed a couple things after this too. Like you guys are saying, there was a segment with Daria Ray and Santino. I didn't see that.
And Ariana Grace.
Get out of here, Ariana stink face. Get out of here. Kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
You guys weren't expecting that, were you?
No, that was.
You're a good wrestler, but kick rocks, honey.
Critical Sting. Just because we're talking about her, guess you could say she's blessed.
No,
we don't usually get into that, but they made it public. But kudos.
Like we get it. She does OnlyFans. Okay.
No. That isn't what
Ariana Grace. Okay.
No.
Okay.
This is talking about Elena
let's
Black.
Not degrade her. Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about.
But no, it's a Casey Navarro reference. Truly burlesque.
Oh.
Are they? They're dating.
They're an item.
Oh, that's cute. Okay. I wouldn't have got that otherwise. I don't care about their personal lives, guys.
And he said he's blessed, yeah.
Because he's truly.
Well, that's his gimmick.
That's his gimmick. So that's why it was good wordplay with his gimmick.
Yeah, it was.
If anybody knows, I'm a fan of wordplay.
Sorry, I'm a dick.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's like I'm like, let's not point that out. You know, it's like, yeah, she does it, but that's not a bad thing at all. Like,
yeah.
But let's not
yeah, not that kind of
demoralize someone because you guys are perverts.
No.
That's where I was coming. I'm like, don't leave her alone.
Hey, Bill. Blah, 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 boom. No.
But once again,
I will drop kick you
lot of
through the
potential.
fucking computer. Shut up.
No, I'm not.
Drop kick you like Moose. Getting way.
There we go. There we go. One of the best standing drop kicks in the biz. All right. So Ariana Grace, she interrupts a little conversation going on between Daria Ray and Santino, and she's standing there, and he won't even look at her. It's great. He won't even. He's like, "Yeah, what you got?" Yeah, and she's like, "Daddy." She busts out the daddy, and as soon as a daughter, like if anybody has kids, you know this. If you don't have kids, you may not get it. But once a daughter is talking to the dad and busts out daddy, and it's like, I was like, as soon as she used that, I'm like, she got him.
She's cold.
She got him. She got him. She got
all
him.
But Daddy, I love him. I totally betrayed you and made up a bunch of shit about our relationship because I love my boyfriend.
That's fiance.
I don't even like Santino. And fuck you. Kind of daddy ass issue bullshit. Get out of here. Get that on the soundboard.
Oh, you're killing me.
Get a toilet flushing sound. Get out of here.
You had that. That was on the soundboard. Poor
It used to be. Oh, it's so funny. But thank you for that opinion because that was priceless.
Matthew says, I'd start throwing out those.
Matthew says harsh. Hey, that's why I love my crew. They're brutally honest when they're brutally honest, and it's all good.
I'm a fan. I can just
did our
have
daddy
opinions.
wrong.
Buckets and buckets of crocodile tears. I don't think there was one tear to be shed. It was all BS. And I'm just like, oh, she got him. And he's like, I can't stay mad at you. Come here. And he gives her a big hug.
And then she stabs him in the heart.
Yeah. I'm waiting for another, knee kick. It's funny because earlier today, going back to that content that I downloaded, part of it was her getting in the ring at that pay-per-view at the end of the big, 4 versus 4 match that Santino was involved in, and Stax is laying there in the corner like, I'm dying. And she gets in the ring and she just straight up she kicks Santino in the ding. And the way he collapses, it made it look like her foot was stuck. And it's like he's collapsing and he's like, oh.
Like a total cartoon. Like you just stuck to whatever's giving you pain.
Right. And it's
Wile E.
like
Coyote style.
she couldn't get her foot out from between his legs. And I'm like, oh my God, she really got him. It's like his foot went all the way.
If she had kicked any harder, she would have erased herself from this plane.
Right?
Back to the Future style, man.
Right? Just fade.
You'd see her start going translucent, like, oh God.
Feel like a Marvel universe.
Storyline plot, all right? Let's make that happen.
So, but I'm like, oh God, where's this going? This is not good. Santino's just, oh man. All right. All right. But so I guess they're on good terms. I don't know.
Seems like it.
My first thought. I mean, obviously she's not changing because we know how she's full of shit.
No.
In the best possible way.
She'll be back.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. My first thought is right after I watch this, I'm like, maybe she's buttering Daddy up so that he's more in tune to what Daria says. That's my thought. Like,
you lost
okay,
me at butter in your biscuit.
Kind of weird timing to try and do that. You already kicked him in the balls, honey. Like, he's suspicious.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys are on the same affiliation team anymore. Like,
yeah, we'll see when Stack shows back.
I'm just gonna
with
say
our international title.
Yeah. So
she'll be back when Stax isn't around anymore.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I love her character. Don't get me wrong. Anytime she's on, she's
really good at being good or bad. I like I'm saying, I'm acting like that because she's doing good heel work. Like, I feel like if you can get that kind of reaction, like a get the fuck out of here, like, you're doing great.
Right.
Don't take that as discouragement by any means. You're doing
no, we get it. It's you're booing the heel. No, that's great.
No more of that best friend shit, girly pop, okay?
Girly pop.
So all right, so next we got the main event. Like soon as this hit, and it was like between 20 after and like the last half hour of the show, I'm like, where the hell did this show go? How are we already like? I'm like, okay, we're at least an hour into this show. No, it's almost done. What?
Yeah.
But we get Ali versus Jeff Hardy, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be special. And there's a lot of outside of the ring shenanigans, which we're expecting that. The highlight was, and I think I made a joking comment about this earlier, where everyone's looking at the bottom step, and then they look at Secret Agent Zero, and he picks it up, and he's like, oh, he's struggling. It's like, wow, the strength of this man. Those things are at least how many pounds, Bill?
300 pounds.
300.
I could have lifted it.
So in other words, AJ Francis could fart and blow it over. So, sorry.
I think it's funny that it's so heavy, but when the women throw each other into him, they just go flying.
Right. Well, it's only the top part.
Well, because they're not attached. It's not like one solid thing.
The top goes flying. The bottom just goes.
We'll see if they keep that there because they went heavy into the step gimmick tonight. I'll be interested to see if that sticks around or if like somebody like tosses one with one hand in a week or two. So got to stick to that gimmick now. We'll see.
He's the strong man of the crew.
Oh, he's a strong guy. I'm still waiting for my solo match from.
Yeah, like he was in some group matches where he really shined.
I'm shocked. I'm not going to say I'm shocked because I thought that might happen, but man, my dark horse match of the year between Order 4 and the Rascals, that they're not like that's like if there was anything breakout Agent Zero and
I was trying to remember
I've not broken him out because he could have had that momentum but that's the thing because they don't want to take away from Order 4. I know that's the issue right now, but like they have another W. Morrissey, like the push he was going to get if he stuck around could go to him.
Oh,
he has that same presence. So
yeah,
we'll see.
They do got to do something though with him.
Oh, they got to.
I
Because
think they will in time.
You're building up this incredible force, but not utilizing. Like I get how they're utilizing him, but you know what I'm trying to say.
They don't want him to take the shine. It's all about Ali, honestly.
Which yes, and you can incorporate him that way. Like obviously Ali's the leader, but at the same time, like you can't have this all powerful guy and then be like.
Yeah, here we
go.
Eventually,
he's got to be in matches, and someone's going to have to beat him.
Yeah, the eventual breakout runs for AJ Zero and Hotch.
I know people love the idea of like this immovable force, this big badass Billy Badass, but like eventually they have to be beatable.
Well, there will be something because you don't
obviously.
lead to an HBK Diesel storyline with him and Ali at some point.
Oh, them like breaking off from
money.
the
There's money on the table with them two guys.
Yeah, I love that storyline. Like I wasn't watching that original Diesel HBK stuff back when it happened, but I've seen the documentary that WWE put out on it, and I loved it. Like I always knew that those two were together and they were a thing, but I didn't see the magic behind it. Excuse me. So anytime you see that in the world of wrestling today, I appreciate it because I go, oh, there it is. You know, there's that. You know, it's like I don't care if they reuse something like that because I appreciate it. I'm sure someone else looks at it and says, well, they did this before.
They did everything in wrestling before.
Right.
But what that does is that will create stars. And Ali's already a star.
Everyone always puts their own twist on it, but the base is there. And use that base and just, evolve it into your own thing. And it works, So, but what did you guys think of this match?
Party. No, I loved it, man. It's like, because I'll tell you, I was a little nervous because I'm like, when does Ali lose? Like he rarely loses. Like he gets wins most of the time through shenanigans from outside or something usually gets him the win. But he has a very good record in TNA. Future world champion type record, which once again, based on last year, storyline of the year was Mike Santana Ali. So that's definitely going to be that big match at a major 4 pay-per-view is that Santana world champion against Ali. So it's like, that'd be a nice feather in the cap to Ali by getting a win over maybe the biggest star in the company in Jeffrey Nero Hardy.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree with this. I think obviously you've seen the promotion of TNA, the merch sales, the meet and greets. Jeff Hardy, not in singles matches that often. Big win here on the main event in the second live episode on AMC. And that's going to get people talking. Because just like people are buying tickets to shows, buying merch, they're going to now tune in knowing Jeff Hardy was in the main event, promoted in that main event, won the match, and we'll bring him back next week.
And he told a great story because he really beat the shit out of him. He really did. Jeff was not. It was to the point that I was sold that Jeff was not winning this.
It didn't seem
and I was like, well, then where do you go from here? That causes what? You beat one, like I said before, you beat one half of the take champs, creates an opportunity. So then who from Order 4 gets that opportunity? Is it Ali and someone?
Yeah, is it the start of the Ali and or Special Agent Zero?
It could be. You never know. But we didn't get that. Alisha, any thoughts on it?
I missed it.
No.
Asshole!
You and you're making your pizzas now.
It was good. was good as fuck, though.
Well, she saw Feast or
was.
Fired and said Feast.
Yeah, bro. It put me in a zone.
They told you. They wanted some Feast. Speaking of,
they said Feast and Fired.
Get
and
something
she
to eat
got
after this. I had a burrito, a breakfast burrito today.
Oh, you gotta eat.
That's it.
So, and then, and I know it's getting late, so I'm going to try to wrap this up soon. Righteous Brothers do cut a promo. Right? Did I say
Righteous Brothers? Did they do a little Unchained Melody?
They did. Jiminy Christmas. The Righteous. You've lost. I'm kidding. They cut a promo, and I don't know if it was because of the crowd or if it was because they were outside. I didn't catch half of it, but I caught the tag. You know, he always does. You dig what I'm saying? And then they kind of looked up, and the camera went up, and I'm like, where are we going with this? And it was just kind of weird. So I have to go back and see what it was. But then it goes into the real main event here. And we touched on this at the top of the show.
But let's not forget that Elijah did pop out.
Yeah, I did write down Elijah.
Okay. That.
Elijah caused the distraction.
Yeah, because he's fighting. Is it Jason Hotch next week?
Well,
I think he's fighting Jason Hotch.
He got beat by Ali at the pay-per-view. So this was a little revenge.
Yeah. But it still continues next week with Order 4.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. I love it when we get Jason Hotch in a singles match because I'm like, there we go. Get that kid solo, but hey, someday. Now, the system's coming down to the ring. I write down who's going to replace JDC, and I got the live chats going nuts, dropping names. I think about 5 or 6 people dropped Taven, and I was like, okay, well,
I would have had no issue with this. I've said it before.
Right,
Taven's a favorite of mine. Obviously, him and Bennett when they were here last time. But yeah, I would welcome him in. He's obviously from that area, like so they could have connected. Like there could be a connection there. But I don't know. Like I don't know if he's gonna maybe wait out Bennett and continue the Kingdom, or go into more of a Taven solo thing.
Yeah. Brian Myers for Kill Steel here said Brian Myers tweeted it had to be done.
The system sucks now.
Oh.
This is what?
System 2.0.
The system sucks now. And me and my husband fall strictly in the sense that if the system doesn't have Moose, then they ain't shit to us. So we're gonna stick with our loyalty.
I'm in a tough spot.
Yeah, you're wearing the jacket of the man they just murdered tonight.
It ain't right. And my guy JDC going out like that. Come on. He's got to go home to the wife, retired now.
He gets all banged up.
Ain't right.
And Lish, poor Lish, always in the dark when he does fucking crazy shit.
Poor Lish.
Yeah, she was not in on it because
you can tell because she's sitting there tending to Moose and JDC. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Right, but she was very cautious because she didn't want to like try to get in the middle of it because she's a whole whopping 100 pounds soaking wet.
She can hang.
But she's not stupid. She was more shocked than anything. So she noticed how when she finally did at the end, she was very cautious about it.
Yeah.
Because Moose and JDC are just laying in a heap together, in the ring.
Which is quite a turnaround from the whole thing. Because if you remember, when JDC had to work his way to become a member of the system, it was like Moose was the one kind of saying like prove yourself more. Like Myers and Eddie were like bring him in. And it was like Moose had to be impressed. And now it goes the other way. He goes out with JDC.
Right.
And that's...
And it's interesting because, well, and then we have to mention, so first, Bear Bronson gets picked. He turns on JDC. Then, in the midst of this fighting and trying to figure out what's going on with JDC, he's getting beat up. And then they attack Moose, because Moose is like, what the hell?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing? And then Cedric Alexander comes down. He runs down with a chair, and he is standing. This is when you pick these little things up. He's standing behind Moose the entire time. He's like, defending him. And he's behind him the whole time. And he keeps moving. He keeps adjusting. He keeps moving. He keeps adjusting. And I said it the second before it happened. I said, he's going to hit him with that chair.
Yep.
2 seconds later, whap. And I went, yeah. And then I went, oh, did I just cheer?
Well, I think it's exactly what SWAC fans saying. It was true good storytelling.
Yes.
Like
I will agree with that, but boo.
Like that's what it was. Well, yeah, to get that reaction.
I'm allowed to be in my feels. The system wouldn't even be the system if it wasn't for Moose. So go fuck yourselves.
Well, I think we all know at
now.
some point the system was going to be heel again.
Yeah,
like that was just going to happen. But I think
not Moose though.
But I think they all know Moose is so over.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
that's why they needed him to stay face.
That's why he has to be a face right now.
Yeah,
if he turned heel, more people would be like I always was and always cheer him like that. That people are going to cheer and do the Moose chant no matter what he is now. So he'd either be a cool heel or a face. So they're keeping him a face. So I kind of get that.
Just from what happened tonight, I'll say it now. Moose is champ by the end of the year. I think other people.
I'm here for the run.
Yeah.
Because now don't get me wrong. I love Santana. He's at the top of the mountain now. He finally made it. He's not letting go of it next week or something. Where we were like, when he lost it before. And he finally got it, and then he lost it, and the back and forth was very frustrating as a wrestling fan because we know he belongs on top, and his journey has been so special to us TNA fans. But there's other people that we love in this company that we want to see them get the opportunities, win or lose, at least get the opportunities. Like I can't believe how many people in the chat when I was live said Trey gets that championship shot. And I was like, oh, okay. Good. That's interesting.
I mean, it's the choices were particular, but we shall see next week.
Yeah.
The big reveal.
It's a big reveal. So, like I said, the system imploded and or evolved, however you look at it. Bear Bronson and Cedric Alexander are in. JDC and Moose are out of here.
And where's Alicia's place?
Like I
want to know something.
Eddie,
do you want to know something?
Oh yes. As soon as they get back to the hotel, she goes in Eddie's face. Do you want to know something? And he goes, "What?" She goes, "You're gonna sleep on the fucking couch."
I bet you Kendra's making a reappearance.
Oh, Dr. Gerbs at the end of the show.
Better late than never.
Right?
No, this is before you read it, I want to just make it a point that Dr. Gerbs is a good example of someone who makes wrestling themed products that are not t-shirts.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Very rare.
It's product and I'll fucking take it.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, because it's sponsored by wrestlers with beards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So, thank you, Dr. Gerb, says Mad for Cat. You already know. Excited to be able to announce the newest Queen Crew scent, odor of sanctity. Thank you. I almost said Sand City. Sanctity. Orange, spearmint, violet, sandalwood, and rosemary. Oh, okay.
Rosemary.
Interesting.
From
Not
the
that
realm.
rosemary. No. No.
Yeah, it's rosemary.
Not that rosemary.
Scent of one of the wrestling queen of my heart, Rosemary.
Oh, it is rosemary.
You got to read the rest.
You got to read the whole thing. Why do you think we're like, oh, for rosemary? Rosemary. Oh, it's not rosemary.
I'm a slow reader. Okay, I would have caught it eventually.
Okay, sorry, we're just busting your chops.
Oh, these guys. First the system implodes, now they're busting my balls. First Santino, now me. No, I'm kidding. But thank you, Dr. Gerbs. Thank you. Much love. Great to see you. Now you just got to hit that rewind button. But
now, are y'all convinced that JDC's really gone? Or are we still thinking he's coming back?
So this is what kind of gets me is that why bring him back if his goodbye was Genesis? He doesn't need to be present for the unveiling of the new member.
Well, he handpicked them.
He handpicked them. That's
and he screwed them over.
I don't know. They got to quit fucking with me with this, though. He's either gone or he's not going anywhere. Quit fucking with me.
No. When I talk to JDC, I believe JDC that he's no longer.
Yeah. Yeah, like when it all started, I'm like, damn, give the Emmy to JDC. This guy is cooking up something. But no, it's legit.
Cooking.
Let him cook. But yeah. And he gave you a big hug when he got down to the bottom of the ramp. I was man, the love for Bill, man, it makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. That's why I'm like, oh, Bill did it. No kidding. So, all right. Much love, everyone. Thank you for joining on us. Loved the episode. Had a much better flow in my professional podcasting opinion. There we go. It had a much better flow. Some surprises, some turns, great wrestling, good storytelling, a little bit of everything that we love about this brand of TNA. So, on your way out, folks, you know what to do. Smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications, and we will see you next week.
Deuces.